Exams, invented by a guy named Henry Fischels, have hunted students for generations. They are the ultimate nightmare for every single student life. But how can we defeat this virus or stress that spread through our entire bodies when exam creep closer? Don't panic, because I've got your back. Today, I'm going to be answering all your burning questions right here, right now. So let's crush it together. One exam approach, students can feel nervous, anxious, fears of feelings, stress, worried, and sleepless nights. Sound familiar? Yeah, you are not alone. Did you know that 80% of the students experience negative emotions like stress, pressures, and even anger during exams? Or that over 90% stress out about their final grades. This is proven by the study in Greece. And the point that I'm going in here is that we are all in the mess together. Bruh. So let's fight it together. And if you're in the lucky 10%, man, you might not even be a human. Are you doing something to yourself? Okay, don't take that seriously, I'm just kidding. Plus, the way that we feel stressed can change when we grow up and attend in different stages of school. Let me break it down for you. The first stage is your primary stage, when your age is around 5 to 11. The lessons are quite easy and you can catch up really well, and teachers give you full attention. They have one-on-one attention for you, and you might feel less stressed, or you might not even know what stress of exams are at the time. But when secondary age, when you're around 11 or 18, the lessons become harder, broader topics, and so on. And the classrooms is bigger than the usuals, and you might feel a little bit stressed about teachers not fully paying attention to you. You mainly have to go all the lessons and review all your lessons by yourself. When higher education hit, around college and university, the age of 18 above, you will be feeling more pressures as there's a lot of advanced and specialized topics depending on what you have chosen, and there will be massive lecture halls where you have to attend with 1,000 of students there or so on. You have to be fully independently working and learning by yourself. So what I want you to do is that starting from your secondary school, or maybe just right now, whatever you are in, try to get that stress busting working. Try to bust that, especially when you're in secondary schools, because there's more stress that you're gonna feel there. Am I right? So now let me share you about my experience about exam stress. I started taking exams around the age of 4 or 5. I don't really remember those feelings quite much, but that I started taking at the time. But by grade 2 or 3, it really hit me. The nervous vibe before every test, but lessons were quite okay. There were fewer subjects and it was just basic skills, so it was not that bad for me at the time. But when my teens age comes, everything changed. The puberties, overthinkings, hormones, and the works. Yeah, I would lose sleep and I would feel exhausted and couldn't even shake the worry at the time. But by the age of 15, I found my groove. The exam seems not that quite scary anymore. Except that we don't talk about that either. Okay. So, and in the year 8 and year 9, as my past years, I just really chill and really great in my exams. I didn't really quite feel the stress that I am facing in my past year 6, year 7s, and so. So how did I do it? Whoa, hold your horsey and wait a second. We will first look at some of the comments and super effective tips you will find everywhere online first, then we will go to my personal solutions. And trust me, you really want to follow these because these are quite effective if you stick to them. Whenever you search up online about tips about this exam stress, you'll find one same golden advice that every website gives that covers the phrase of look after yourself. For example, here, regular breaks, relaxations, your physical health, relax. The first tip is that take care of yourself. This is the most vital of all, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna be feeling tired and you're gonna be worse than usual of exam stress levels when you take the exams. So still calm and step back and relax. Do things that you enjoy to distract your mind out of from these feelings of anxieties or so on. This always work if you try, and don't drown yourself in the textbook 24/7. Have some relaxations and take a break. So the second tip is be prepared and be ready. You don't want to cram a whole subject in just one single night. That's crazy. You're literally boosting your stress level even further. So start preparation ahead, a week or 2 days or 3 days ahead before your exams, and try to focus on what you don't know and you still have confusion about that single topics. Try to explore that and clear all of those confusions out of your mind. And you can even ask your teachers in this case to clear out that confusions. And try to practice some past papers or questions that are related to your exams. And you can even quiz yourself with it. And review quietly and calmly without no single distractions. This is a social media's era, so there's a lot of notifications and so on. So turn those distractions away from you. Just literally put your phones or any device that you're not working to the exams or like practicing exam with. Just throw them away farther around from you and turn off the notifications. You don't want those any distraction. So lastly is believe in yourself. Never give up, because nothing is impossible in your life, right? For the third tips is simple but effective, is asking for help and seeking for help. So share your ideas and whatever's that going on to your mind to your friends or family members. They know about these things. They have been facing these things as well, or they have faced before, like your parents. So some of them have the same experience and some have the more experience than you, so they can help you with it. So go ask them. And teachers, they want your questions. They always want to answer whatever questions that the student want to ask. So just ask them about what you have been confusing or so on. It's not always a crime to ask someone a question, right? And maybe even have a study group or make a study group so that you can discuss with them and you can share your feelings and you can share your ideas or tips that you want to get, or maybe some practice question together. But honestly, don't get distracted by this or gossip all the times, right, guys? We don't want that. So anyway, and never be shy to ask questions. There's no such thing as a silly questions or an idea that you have in or a feeling that you have in. Just go and ask and be yourself. And here are my personal tips for you guys. First of all, what I do is I do preparation ahead, because preparations make me feel ready and be prepared before the exam comes. So it's always a good idea to prepare ahead than usual. And I also practice a lot of past papers or practice questions that my teachers give me, because practicing is equal to perfect, right? So, and it can also make you feel ready than usual. And I also try to listen some music in the background to get distracted on my mind on those stress that is like shouting in my brain, make my concentration better than usual. So try that out. And I also have a study groups. You can also make a study group if you want, and if you can follow your rules in a group strictly, because don't get guided by just yapping a lot. Seriously, it's a study group is not for that. So yeah, it's helpful and fun, and I used to take note with them, and it was really fun. And not saying that I do like last minute call. This is really good for like last minute panic. Is box breathing. You may also know, and it is also really popular among social media these days, and it is breathe in 4 seconds and hold for 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds and hold for 4 seconds. You repeat it like a box, like a square box, and it's effective because whenever I do that, it calms my mind and calm everything. It's really calming. You get that really calming effect whenever you do that at last minutes or when your exam is coming. It's really good. And you can also do this when you're taking break and then gonna start the your revision again. This also make your concentration more better. So try that. And finally, stop overthinking. I mean, among these teenagers lately, and I also am an overthinker. Whenever I go to bed, I always think about what's gonna be like, what's gonna be the questions, and how do I answer this. Like, stop that. If you're doing this, stop it, because overthinking is equal to unnecessary amount of stress. So you don't want those stress. So just don't overthink. Alright? Next time the exam stress hits, follow these tips, and remember, you're not the only one who is battling this beast. We all are in this together. And if you have any study hacks, or if you want to share some of the funny stress stories that you want to share, comment down below. Let's help each other out and create a community that support each other, right? And that's it, everyone, and we will see you guys in the next video next week. And that's it. Stay hands and bye bye. Check out this.